and has been an educator for a number of years. He's also worked in the field of organic agriculture. He became convinced several years ago that energy is the biggest issue facing the world in coming years, and this is where his interests lie, as well as good job security. He works at Applied Solar Energy, one of Monterey's oldest and most prolific providers of solar energy systems. Giving his second ever speech in his life, and coincidentally, the second speech from the manual, entitled The Site Visit, please welcome to the lectern, Rolf Ridge.
Greetings, fellow members. What's this? Water bill, tax bill, cable bill, bills. What's this? It's a letter from the power company. Check for $1,000. Honey, pack your bags, we're going to Mexico. Seem far-fetched? It's really not. California has a new law that requires our public utility, PG&E, to pay you for electricity you feed back into the grid. Part of my job is to go out to people's homes and businesses and assess their potential for solar energy production. And that is called the site visit. So there's 3 parts to my site visit. Prior to arriving, I collect information about folks' electricity consumption in kilowatt hours over the course of 1 year, and also their particular rate schedule. People pay different electricity rates based on where they live, whether they have access to natural gas, and if they're a business or just a residential customer, or even a government or nonprofit customer. Once I collect that information, I send them an analysis based on that information with some general information about going solar, and also some specific analysis based on the information I collected. I include a couple recommendations for what they can do based on that. So now it's time to visit. I like to Google up a satellite photo so I know where I'm going, and also it gives me a quick and easy way to look at their property and look at their roofs and see which way things are facing. Once I arrive, there's a number of things I look for. First, based on the information I sent, what level of production do they wish to achieve? Do they want to eliminate their entire PG&E bill, or just a portion of it? In other words, how many panels are we looking at? Do they have room on their roof or elsewhere on their property? Having looked at a spot, I then ask, is there enough sun? Are there any shading issues? I have a tool called the Solar Pathfinder. So at any given spot, in any given moment, I can determine the entire year's worth of solar insolation. In other words, how much sun they're going to get over the course of a year in one spot. With that information multiplied by a number of panels, I can determine how many kilowatt hours they'll produce in a year. The next thing I note is their T&A, tilt and azimuth. PG&E's terms, not mine. Around here, we like to tilt the panels at about 30 degrees towards the southwest, an azimuth or compass heading of about 210 degrees. South will get the most sun, but because of time of use electricity rates, tilting the panels to the west actually gains you more value for your electricity. The next thing I make note of is where their fuse box and electricity meter are located. Distance matters from there to where we're considering putting the solar panels. And I take a picture of the fuse box and give it to my electrician because he understands a lot more than I do what he's looking at there. The fifth thing I make sure to note is, do they want to talk money? Would they like some information on financing? It can make a difference with your cost versus savings depending on how you pay for your solar system. And I can do some analysis that shows monthly cash flow. What's neat about solar is often you can save more each month on your PG&E bill than you end up paying each month on your system. So you can be cash positive from day one. While they've got me there, the last thing is anything else, other. Are there any other issues they want to discuss? Anything I've forgotten? Anything else to talk about? That concludes my site visit. Back at the office, there's 3 more things I usually do. Follow up with any questions or specific information they may have requested. Spec sheets on a certain panel, warranty information, anything I couldn't answer off the top of my head. I offer them references from recent satisfied clients, or perhaps other people in the neighborhood who have a similar system. They can go have a look, see what it might look like on their roof, for example. And then finally, I'm able to give them an exact price for what it was we determined would work for them. That concludes my site visit. But what if you could take that quote that I gave you down to the County of Monterey and they would write you a check for the entire cost of that solar system? That exact program is coming to Monterey County on June 1st, allowing you to turn your PG&E bill, metamorphosizing it into a PG&E check.